photosynthesis and respiration.
Yes, ma'am.
In respiration, carbon dioxide is released as end product and glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen. Oxygen which we inhale, it enters into lungs. On lungs, blood capillaries are present. So from alveoli, it enters into the blood vessel. And from blood vessel, it is supplied to our body cells. And in body cells, glucose is present. This glucose is broken down in presence of oxygen to release carbon dioxide, water, and 38 ATP. So this is about respiration. Different organisms have different types of respiratory organs. Protists, sponges, and coelenterids. Now, can you give me the example of each? Give me the example of protist. Give me the example of coelenterids. Sponges, you know, sponges belongs to porifera. In class 11th, we had studied all these organisms. What are protists? In class 11th, you had studied plant-like protists, animal-like protists, fungi-like protists. Do you remember them? These
Protist
are
is a eukaryotic animal.
These are
Eukaryotic animal.
eukaryotes. Then other characters. They may be photosynthetic, they may be autotrophic, heterotrophic, different modes are present. That's why on the basis of this, they are classified as plant-like protists, animal-like protists, fungi-like protists. You can do the revision. Note down in your notebook what you have to do. Just revise these organisms. Yes, for example, Euglena, it is a type of protist. Amoeba, it is also a type of protist. So you know amoeba, it is a animal-like protist. So there are different organisms. Paramecium, it is also a protist. Then sponges. Sponges belongs to porifera. Why the name is given porifera? Can you tell me? Why the name is given porifera? Example of porifera is sponges. Pori means pore. Whenever the term comes, pori, like this different terms are there. So when there are many pores on their body, we use the term porifera, means bearing, pore bearing organism. So these are the sponges and they belong to porifera. Coelenterids, you know hydra. You had studied hydra. Medusa, polyps, these are the different types. Body is cylindrical, it shows tentacles and it reproduces by budding. So a small outgrowth arises from this and it gets separate from the parent organism and give rise to new individual. So coelenterids example is porifera, hydra. They are aquatic and respiratory surface is plasma membrane. So through this plasma membrane, exchange of gases occurs. So the plasma membrane is present in cell wall. Then first is plasma membrane, then cell wall. If cell wall is present, we call it as plant cell. If cell wall is absent, we call it as animal cell. So the exchange takes place through plasma membrane. Then flatworms, platyhelminthes. Platy, why the name is given platy? Because they are flat. So you have to remember all these terms. It is very easy to study biology. Platy means flat. Whenever the term comes, platy, it means flat. Helminthes means worms, flat worms. So like this different terms, if you will remember, it is very easy to study biology. Platyhelminthes like Planaria, annelids. Annelids means, for example, earthworm. Body is segmented. Metamerically segmented body means all the segments are similar to each other. So this earthworm is found in annelids. So segmented body is found in this annelids. Then Nereis is another example. Leech is also another example of annelids. Do you know anything about leech? Have you studied about leech? What is leech? Do you know anything about this? Girls? It is ectoparasite. There are two types of parasites, ectoparasites and endoparasites. Ecto means they get their nourishment from external surface of the host. Means they can attach to the body surface of the host and they can suck the food. Parasite means which obtain its nourishment from the host. It is a parasite. There are many different types of parasites. When it gets its nutrition from the surface of the host, they are called ectoparasites. So leech is ectoparasite. It sucks blood. It has suckers. With the help of this, the leech sucks blood. So they secrete certain anticoagulant substance called as heparin. Due to this, blood does not clot and leech can suck the blood. Amphibians like. Now tell me the meaning of amphibians. What are amphibians? You have studied all this in your previous classes. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. In all this, you had studied science, and in this science, you had studied this term amphibians. Amphi means both. Whenever the term comes amphi, you have to remember both. Bians means organism. Organism which live on land as well as in water, they are called as amphibian. Example is frog. Aquatic or semi-aquatic, respiration occurs through plasma membrane, general body surface, when skin is moist. Here skin is moist. Why skin is moist in frog? You had studied the character of frog. Skin is moist. Here respiration takes place with the help of moist skin. While in organisms like flatworms, then Planaria, annelids, plasma membrane and general body surface, इससे क्या होगा? Exchange of gases होंगे. Next is insect. Next group is insect. Insects are terrestrial. Can you tell me the other name for this kingdom in which insects are kept? You had studied different phyla in class 11. Phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Aschelhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda. So in which phylum insects are present?
Arthropoda.
Arthropoda, right. Arthros means jointed. Podas means feet. Whenever the term comes arthro, you have to remember jointed. Jointed appendages are present. That's why the name is given arthropoda. Whenever the term poda, pedi, like this term comes, it means they are related to appendages or leg. Arthros means jointed. What are jointed? Appendages are jointed. So all these organisms which shows jointed appendages, they are kept in phylum Arthropoda. Tracheal tubes and spiracles. Here, respiration takes place with the help of tracheal tubes. So, tubes are present. These tubes shows the presence of spiracles at the tip. These are the openings. They are present on the surface of the body. So with the help of this tracheal tubes, respiration takes place in these insects. Arachnids like spiders and scorpions, they are terrestrial. They respire with the help of book lungs. Book lungs and book gills. These are the two respiratory organs. Book lungs are modified than book gills. Here plate-like structures are present. With the help of this plate-like structure, they respire. So these are the book lungs. Limulus. So arachnids like spiders and scorpions, they are terrestrial. See here, as the organism is becoming terrestrial, here the respiratory organs has also been modified. Limulus, it is aquatic. As it is aquatic, it respires with the help of book gills. Here, arachnids like spider and scorpion, they are terrestrial. So here we had used the term lungs. Amphibians, tadpoles of rock, salamanders and newts, they are aquatic. They respire with the help of external gills. So on their surface, they show the presence of small plate-like structure. They are called as gills. Fish, aquatic, respire with the help of internal gills. Reptiles, birds, mammals, all they are terrestrial. They respire with the help of lungs. So these are the different types of respiratory organs present in the different types of organisms. So here in amphibians, birds, reptiles, respiration occurs with the help of lungs. Turtles which are under water, they respire with the help of cloaca. एक्सक्रीटरी ऑर्गन का ये जो पार्ट रहता है उससे ये रेस्पायर करते, ये पूरे वाटर में ही रहते हैं एनिमल्स, इसलिए उसका जो शेल रहता है, आपको पता है टर्टल का शेल हार्ड रहता है, तो ये बॉडी सरफेस से वगैरह नहीं रेस्पायर कर सकता है, वो किससे रेस्पायर करेगा? क्लोएका से. एनी डाउट? Girls?
Ma'am,
Huh? Yes?
cloaca means?
It is the terminal part, last part of the excretory system. It is cloaca.
Ma'am,
Huh?
book gills means what?
What? Book gills and book lungs, they are similar, like these plates are there. plates are present. I had shown it on the in the diagram while explaining. Plate-like structures are present. As these animals are aquatic, we use the term here gills. But these spiders and scorpions, they are terrestrial. So these are also plate-like structure. This is modified than gills. Here, the respiration occurs with the help of lungs, bup lungs. और कुछ पूछना है गर्ल्स?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Human respiratory system involves inspiration, expiration, exchange of gases in lungs. Okay. Which are they? Inspiration, when we inhale air. Expiration, that is oxygen. When expiration, when we exhale carbon dioxide, and exchange of gases in lungs. So do you got the meaning of cloaca? Cloaca is an outlet, common
Yes,
chamber.
ma'am.
It is the common chamber, an outlet into which the intestinal, urinary, and genital tract opens. You can write down in your notebook. So what is cloaca? Cloaca is the common outlet. It is the common outlet for what? For intestinal, urinary, and genital tract. What is the meaning of tract? Girls, what is this tract? Passage, tube. So it is the common outlet. Cloaca is the common outlet for urinary, intestinal, then genital tract. So all they open together in cloaca. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now we will see upper and lower respiratory tract. First, we will see upper respiratory tract. It consists of nasal cavity, pharynx, and larynx. It is shown very clearly in diagram. Yes, nasal cavity, which consists of a bone which separates the two chambers, right and left chambers, due to the bone which is present in between this cavity. Then common passage for food and air, it is called as pharynx. You can see here mouth. So food enters through this passage, that is we call it as buccal cavity. Then it enters into pharynx. At the same time, air from the nasal cavity also enters here. So it is the common passage for food and air. It is pharynx. Larynx, or it is called as sound box. Below the pharynx is present larynx. So these are the upper respiratory tract. Lower respiratory tract includes trachea. This is the trachea. Then primary bronchi. This is the primary bronchi, which enters into right lung and left lung. Again, it is divided into secondary bronchi. It is divided into bronchioles: primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary, etc. So bronchus is the common. Again, it is divided into right bronchi and left bronchi. Again, these bronchi are divided into bronchioles. So do you got the difference between bronchus, bronchi, bronchi and bronchioles? Girls?
Yes, ma'am.
And then lungs. So these are the lower respiratory organs. Nasal cavity. First, nostrils are present, right nostril and left nostril. हमारे नाक के सामने जो आगे राउंड रहते हैं उनको हम क्या बोलते हैं? नॉस्ट्रिल्स बोलते हैं. तो ये नॉस्ट्रिल्स में अंदर रहते हैं. nasal cavity shows the presence of nasal cavity. Inside the nostril, this nostril elongates or it shows the chamber called as nasal chamber or nasal cavity, in which ciliated epithelium lining is present. Hair-like outgrowth also we see inside this. It shows rich supply of blood vessels. So due to this, the surface remains moist. So you know, whenever the dust particle enters inside through these nostrils into the nasal cavity, we sneeze. Why we sneeze? Because the ciliated epithelium lining which is present inside the nasal cavity, the cilia beats. As they beats, the dust particle, why they beat? To remove the dust particle which are entering inside the nasal cavity, and due to this sneezing occurs. Rich supply of blood vessel is also there, so warmth condition is maintained, so that the microorganisms which has been entered, they are also destroyed. So this is the first line defense of our body. There are different defense mechanism in our body. फर्स्ट लाइन डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म में ये जो सीलिया रहते हैं ये बीट करेंगे, फिर यहाँ पे वार्म कंडीशन रहेगी. ये गर्मी की वजह से क्या हो जाएगा? अंदर जो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है वो डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएंगे और ब्लड वेसल्स का सप्लाई भी रिच रहता है. देन माउथ, इट शोज द कॉमन ओपनिंग फॉर माउथ एंड nasal cavity. It is called pharynx. Below the pharynx is the larynx. Can you tell me the other name for larynx? It is also voice box or Adam's apple. It is also called as Adam's apple. Then next to this is trachea. Elongated surface you can see, cartilaginous rings रहते हैं इसमें, C-shaped cartilaginous rings रहते. It is trachea. Then bronchus is divided into right main bronchus, again right bronchi, left bronchi, enters into the respective lung. Then alveoli. These bronchioles are terminated into grape-like structure. Air sac, these are called as alveoli. So on this alveoli, rich supply of blood vessels is present. You can see the blood capillaries present on single alveoli. Like this, millions of alveoli are present in our lungs. Right lung and left lung. These are the ribs. Ribs protect the lungs. This is the diaphragm. Diaphragm separates the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. This is the thoracic cavity. Below this thoracic cavity, there is abdominal cavity. So in between the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity is the diaphragm. The shape of the diaphragm changes into dome shaped or it becomes flattened as we inhale and exhale the air. Here heart you can see. Here is the position of the heart. Lungs, they are covered with ribs Any doubt in this slide?
No, ma'am.
Now we will see in detail. See here, palate is present. You can see here palate. Palate is present in between the nasal cavity and buccal cavity. This is the buccal cavity. You can also experience your own palate by touching your tongue to the roof of your buccal cavity. That is called as palate. And above that there is nasal cavity. Oral cavity और nasal cavity के बीच में क्या रहेगा? Palate. This nasal cavity is divided into two chambers by mesenteroid cartilage. Remember the name of the cartilage. If it is asked for MCQs, you should be able to write the name of the cartilage. Can you tell me the different names of cartilage? You know? Elastic cartilage, then which are the other cartilage? Fixed, certain cartilages, they get fixed. Certain such as due to deposition of calcium, they becomes tough. But certain cartilage, they give support or they show the movement. So this cartilage, they are not harder like that of bone. Bones are more hard while compared to the cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is present. So different cartilages are present. Nasal chamber is divided into vestibule, respiratory part, olfactory chamber. So this nasal chamber, it is divided into, first is vestibule. Vestibule. The opening of the nasal cavity is vestibule, then respiratory part and olfactory chamber. Olfactory chamber shows the sense of smell. Olfactory, whenever the term comes olfactory, you have to remember for smell, auditory for hearing. So like this, different terms are there. Gustatory for taste, sensory sense. So like this, olfactory you have to remember for smell, auditory for hearing, gustatory for taste. So nasal chamber is divided into how many parts? Vestibule, respiratory part and olfactory chamber. See here, pharynx. First, pharynx is present, which is the common opening. Next to pharynx is the larynx. Here you can see the flap-like structure called as epiglottis. This epiglottis protects the food pipe when, windpipe. When we eat the food, it should not enter into the windpipe. For this purpose, it is covered with structure called as epiglottis. A flap-like structure is present which prevents the food particles to enter into the windpipe. It is termed as epiglottis. Then esophagus, that is food pipe. It is called as food pipe. So this is epiglottis. Epiglottis does not allow the food particles to enter inside. When we will eat food, this food particle should not enter into the food pipe. For this purpose, epiglottis is present. This is epiglottis. Entry of food is prevented into this windpipe. This is the windpipe. Food pipe and windpipe lie side by side. This is the food pipe. So it is prevented. The entry of food particles is prevented by this structure called as epi. Epi means above. So it is esophagus is covered by this flap-like structure. Next is larynx, opening of larynx into pharynx. Larynx and pharynx, opening of larynx into pharynx. Pharynx is the continuous part of the larynx. Pharynx is divided into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. See here in this diagram, it is given. Hard palate is present in between the buccal cavity, that is oral cavity, and nasal cavity. This is the hard palate which separates both the cavities. Then the pharynx, which is present near to the nasal cavity, it is called nasopharynx. It is very easy to remember. Next to nasal cavity is nasopharynx. Then near the pharynx, that is in between the or near the beginning of food pipe and windpipe, it is called, or in buccal cavity, it is very easy to remember. Oro means it is connected to the mouth. So oropharynx, nasopharynx near the nasal cavity, oropharynx near the mouth, and below that it is hypopharynx. Hypo means below, epi means above. So nasopharynx, oropharynx, hypopharynx, these are the different types, three parts of the pharynx. And then there is continuation of esophagus, that is food pipe, another one to the larynx, vocal cord, and then trachea. So in this way, it gets the continuation. Here epiglottis will come when food will enter inside the wind. Before the entry of food, epiglottis will cover it. तो इसकी वजह से क्या होगा, फूड पार्टिकल्स अंदर नहीं जाएंगे. तो ये लैरिंग्स है. लैरिंग्स के इसमें क्या रहेंगे, वोकल कॉर्ड, जो हम देखेंगे आगे के इसमें. ये लोअर जॉ है, इसको बोलते हैं मैंडिबल. अपर जॉ को बोलते हैं मैग्जिला. सो ये मैग्जिला रहेगा, ये मैंडिबल रहेगा. तो ये नेम्स भी देख लो. Larynx or voice box. Larynx has an opening called glottis, which opens into laryngopharynx. You know, larynx is continued. Pharynx is continued with larynx. So the glottis, a flap-like structure which covers the pharynx and larynx, it is called as laryngopharynx. The opening is guarded by epiglottis. See here, the opening is guarded by epiglottis. This is the epiglottis. This is voice box, sound box. It shows the presence of vocal cords. Cartilaginous cord-like structures are present. They are called as vocal cord. When these cords are vibrated due to pressure created by air, sound is created. That's why it is called as voice box or sound box, or it is also called as Adam's apple. It is also called as Adam's apple. And below that there is windpipe, wind trachea, or it is called as trachea. So larynx has an opening called glottis, which opens into laryngopharynx. This opening is guarded by epiglottis. Internally, larynx is lined by elastic vocal cords. Trachea and bronchi, 10 to 12 centimeter in length, C-shaped, 16 to 20 cartilaginous rings are present. These are the C-shaped cartilaginous rings. How many they are present? 16 to 20 rings of cartilage. Internally lined by ciliated epithelium. Internally, this trachea is lined by ciliated epithelium. In class 11th, you had studied all these type of cells. They show the presence of cilia. It is called as ciliated epithelium.